Okay. I think we're ready. Miles Edgeworth, or Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth, Prosecutor's Path. Let's do this. Ooh, that's a little bit loud. Let's turn that down. Episode 1, turn about target. Here we go. Episode 1, turn about target. There it is, we can see it. It's the emissary of peace from the east. The President's private plane is arriving at Gourd Lake. Can you hear it? The cheers of the crowd. Welcome, Jungfa Republic. Welcome, Mr. President. Mr. President, this way, please. Your audience awaits. My dear friends, there's a reason for my visit. A few days ago, a smuggling ring that has been long plaguing my nation has been crushed. This is possible thanks to your country's prosecutor's office. From the bottom of my heart, I convey unto them my utmost gratitude. However, the battle is still not over. I declare here and now, the hammer of justice shall be brought down upon all evil. Hurry, contact the prosecutor's office. We need that man, Miles Edgeworth. If there's anyone who can solve this case, it's him. March 25th, 2:46 p.m., Gourd Lake Park, audience area. Word of this must have reached every corner of the world by now. An assassination attempt on the President of the Republic of Jungfa. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor. I was asked to investigate this grave incident, but upon my arrival... Mr. Edgeworth. We've been waiting for you, sir. This man is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct to assist me on all cases under my jurisdiction. What is the President's current condition? I'm still not sure, sir. Sure, sir. I'm still not sure, sir. The paramedics just entered this plane a few moments ago. I see. I hope it's nothing too serious. Very well, Detective. Please show me around the crime scene. Roger that, sir.
Hey, mister! Just a minute, I'm begging ya! Oh, pick me! Oh, over here!
What's this?
Mister, you're the prosecutor in charge around these parts, right? Can I ask you a little something real quick?
I'm afraid I must refrain from commenting right now. Let's go, Detective.
Hey, wait, Mr. Prosecutor.
Hold on, Mr. Edgeworth. Wait for me, sir. Now then, Detective, care to fill me in on the details? Basically, the whole thing happened here in Gore Lake Park. There's a big welcoming event for the President of the Republic of Jungfa. The President of Jungfa, Di Junhuang. As I recall, newspapers and news programs were making quite a deal over his visit. Newspaper article data jotted on my organizer. It rained a bit, but it stopped just before his plane landed. He came on all of a sudden, in the middle of the speech. Bang, a gunshot. At least, I think it was. You think? Truth is, I just got here as well, so I don't know all the details, sir. God damn it, Eric. So you were also called here on short notice. Yeah, and today was supposed to be my day off. And I was supposed to be at the High Prosecutor's office preparing a case for trial. The Chief Prosecutor asked for you personally, sir. The Chief Prosecutor? The Chief Prosecutor is taking part in the welcoming event. Apparently the Chief called out right after the incident occurred. Call Prosecutor Edgeworth, he's the only one who can solve this case. He said, I see. So that's what happened. After the incident, we sealed off the park right away. Which means the assassin is still in the park. An assassin in this crowd. This could get dangerous, sir. If there's another incident, these civilians could get in harm's way. This is a race against time. Let's begin the investigation. First, investigate the crime scene and gather some information. Precisely. There's no mistaking it. The President was targeted with a gun. Shooting for the President. Even under such tight security, the President was fired at during the speech. This is something I'll have to keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe, where was security at the time of the gunfire? The police were only in charge of guarding the park's perimeter. The President was being protected by his own personal bodyguards. It's those guys over there. Why don't you try talking to them, sir? To talk to someone, press the A button while standing near them. What do you want? You are the President's bodyguards, correct? What was the President's security detail like during the speech? The President had his two best men by his side. The rest were stationed near the stage area. We are professionals. We constantly kept our eyes on the crowd, scanning for any signs of suspicious activity. I see. In other words, security was flawless during the President's speech. Security during the speech. Security was flawless. Any suspicious people would have been noticed. Let's keep going. We should talk to other people and examine anything suspicious, in order to collect the remaining pieces of information from the scene of the crime. I
see. So that's how you round up your info. So, what do you do with all that info after it's squared away? Someone in the crowd is making quite a ruckus, but I don't have enough time for that now. Hey! Mr. Prosecutor! Tell me how, please! After gathering some pieces of information, you try to find the connections between them. Detective! Hey now, don't be so to stick in the mud. What's this about finding connections?
You connect two pieces of information that share a link. That's Mr. Edgeworth's specialty. It's called logic, pal. Press the L button to use logic and the X button to connect my thoughts. I should start by pressing the L button to use logic. Well, if we're to think about this, somehow no suspicious activity was observed in the audience area, yet the president was still shot at. So could it perhaps be one of his own? Someone was able to fire a gun under flawless security, and they were able to avoid being spotted by professional bodyguards. This is no easy task. There had to be a certain amount of preparation beforehand. It's very likely the president's assassination was a premeditated crime, which means that perhaps it could have been some assassination attempt. The president was targeted during his speech. This was likely a premeditated crime. I expected nothing less from Mr. Edgeworth. What brilliant logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow the facts and find a connection, you will begin to see the truth. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray farther from the truth. But if I think carefully before piecing the leads together, the logic should flow. Begin investigation, Gourd Lakes, Park State. Okay, let's start by examining everything we can. To examine, I approach everything that looks suspicious and press the A button. And if I want to consult with Gumshoe, I press the Y button. What's this all about? This is... Yeah, I was surprised too. No matter how you look at it, it's definitely... The Steel Samurai! Samurai warrior hero in Tokyo, a hero from a popular TV program. Popular with both children and adults, it has broad appeal. Why would they use a steel samurai moon at their welcoming events? Perhaps he was chosen as the hero to represent our country. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. Poor steel samurai moon. It looks so miserable. Indeed, what did it do to deserve such a fate?
gunshot was heard when the balloon popped. Did a bullet from the gun hit the steel samurai balloon? Ruptured balloon burst at the time of the gunshot. Was it made the bullet? Maybe it's an assassination attempt on the Steel Samurai. To desecrate the Steel Samurai like this is a serious crime. Detective, we must not let this reprehensible assassin get away with this. Of course, sir. Steel Samurai balloon data jotted on the organizer. It's the flag of the Republic of Zhengfa. Its symbol appears to be a phoenix motif. This is... What is it, sir? Haven't you noticed? There's an unusual spot on this flag. Compared to the flag on the opposite side of the stage. There's no speck of dirt on it. The flag is spotless, sir. This flag is spotless, sir. Yes, this is what the flag is supposed to look like. However, there is one spot on this flag that is out of place. Where is it, sir? Please explain so I can understand. What a helpless man. I suppose I should point it out to him. Move the cursor to the unusual spot on the flag and press the X button to present it.
Take that!
Take that! There's an unusual hole in this flag. Ah, you're right. Judging from the burn marks around the hole, it appears to be a bullet hole. The bullet hole? Then the bullet from the gun must have gone through the flag. Flag with a bullet hole. Decorated the right side of the stage. Has a bullet hole. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Well, if we were to think about this logically, if we think about the bullet hole from the flag, the ruptured balloon, perhaps the same bullet applies to both. As a result of the gunshots, there is a bullet hole in a flag and a ruptured balloon. That must mean 2 shots were fired, sir. If we include the shot that hit the president, it's possible that 3 shots were fired in total. No, it's also possible that the flag and the balloon were punctured by the same bullet. If only we could be certain about the number of gunshots. Investigation complete. Now then, let's continue the investigation. Oh! 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 Me! Pick me! I kinda like this song. pick me! Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! If you find anything new, could you please let me know?
I've been wondering for a while now, but who exactly is that woman? I thought she was a nosy onlooker, but it looks like she's investigating too.
Hey, please! I'm begging ya!
In order to figure out how many shots were fired, we'll need to talk to a witness. It can't be helped. Let's try talking to her.
Mr. Prosecutor, the name's Nicole Swift. Just between you and me, this case gonna be my exclusive scoop.
Exclusive? Miss Swift, could you tell me what you witnessed during...
So how's your investigation come along? Y'all got a suspect yet? Where'd you get that frilly doohickey around your neck?
Hold it!
Hold it! Could you please stop talking for a moment? I will be the one asking the questions.
What is this interrogation? I reckoned I was gonna get myself an interview.
I'd like to know how many gunshots were fired. Can you please tell me what you saw?
Well, I guess. I ain't telling you nothing.
What?
My life depends on the info. I ain't giving up that easily.
Don't be selfish, pal. Won't you please cooperate with us?
Selfish? If you ain't gonna share no info with me that I'ma go get from elsewhere.
But wait a minute, pal.
If I wait, are you gonna give me what I want? If not, adios, amigos!
She won't budge. We're at a stalemate here. A stalemate? I wonder about that. What do you mean, sir? As you know, chess is one of my hobbies. How does one go on the offensive against a defensive opponent? There are many tactics available on the chessboard. Really? I don't know much about chess. I prefer checkers. Even if it appears to be a flawless defense, there is always an opening. Observe as I break down her defense with my words. In order to get her to talk, I'll need to use the right strategy. Using the image of a chess game, I need to stay one step ahead of my opponent. Ahaha! Now then, let's analyze the situation.
Until you give me some info, my trap's sealed shut.
She has her guard up, so this is her defensive strategy. If I waste too much time, she may grow impatient. I need to pay attention to the time limit. I must not be careless with my words. When my opponent becomes agitated or aggressive.
I told ya I ain't talking! You're stubborn as a mule!
For example, during times like this, I should calmly wait and see how things play out. The moment my opponent shows an opening, I'll be able to strike. First, I should ask about her identity. Now, let us begin. Logic chess, begin. Your occupation. First, could you tell me your occupation?
No way. If I told you, then that you might get the wrong idea.
The wrong idea. In other words, it's a job that you cannot tell others about.
I ain't never said that. I ain't some kind of suspicious person.
Wait and see.
I'm just your run-of-the-mill model citizen.
Please excuse my rudeness. I did not mean to offend you. I may not know the details of your job, but I'm sure that it is a reputable one.
You might be giving me too much credit there. I ain't even done any major articles yet.
An article writing job. I heard you mention articles just now. Does your job involve writing articles by any chance?
Oh! Dang nabbit! That's right. I'm an investigative reporter. A bona fide, up-and-coming news journalist.
I see, a reporter. She may already have some information about the case. This will be my next line of questioning. This is where the real battle begins. I'll need to draw out even more information from her. Did you witness the incident? Were you present at the time of the incident occurred?
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how about some of that info you promised me?
No, ladies first, I insist.
I told ya, my trap's sealed shut. You ain't getting my info that easily.
Wait and see.
This is my livelihood here. Please, I'm begging ya.
If you stick your head in too deep, you may be putting yourself in danger.
I'm a pro after all. A few gunshots don't scare me.
Oh, you heard gunshots. I'll admit you're dedicated to your job. However, you still have much to learn. The fact that you heard the gunshots clearly means that you were present during the incident. You must have seen something.
Oh! Busted again. I just happened to be here, covering for the speech, and that's when it all went south. That's all, I swear. I ain't saying another word.
So she was here to write an article about the speech. She should still have the materials she gathered from it. This could be a useful content of the coverage. You said that you are a reporter. Did you come here to gather news material?
If you want to know that bad, give me some info first.
No, you first. Show me what you've gathered.
Honest to Betsy, I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me try using that clue. You must still have the materials. Are you telling me that you came here to gather material and you left empty-handed? You should still have the materials you collected with you.
Oh! That's, darn tootin', I'm a pro! I collect info with my own 2 feet! That's why I ain't giving it up without a fight.
As the prosecutor in charge of this case, I am making a serious plea for your cooperation.
Don't you mess with me! I ain't handing over and that's final!
Wait and see.
Please understand where I'm coming from, Mr. Prosecutor.
Being a reporter is a tough job, isn't it?
Ah, so you're finally getting it?
How has your job performance been?
Well, I'm always trying to be the best reporter I can be. This here tape recorder, I always carry it by myself, or by my side.
Let me listen to the tape. I see. If you're trying to be the best reporter that you can be, then it would be unnatural for you to not have collected any news materials. You recorded it on your tape recorder, didn't you? The information regarding this case.
Oh! Doggone it! There goes my exclusive scoop! That's right, I have it on my tape recorder. All the information I record from my articles right here.
Checkmate. Logic test complete.
That's amazing, Mr. Prosecutor. Before I knew it, you done had me gone chattering like a chipmunk.
Let me hear what you have on the tape recorder. If I listen to the tape, I should be able to determine the exact number of gunshots.
Fine, but I won't let you have it for free. Other than my mentor, you're the only person to push me this far. In other words, you're gonna be my second mentor. Yep, that's how it's gonna be.
I see. It's kind of like a second home, sir.
And I got one more request. A 24-hour exclusive interview! Please, Mr. Prosecutor, this is my first and final request as your apprentice.
This is difficult to accept, but unless I agree to it, I won't be able to listen to the tape. 24 hours is out of the question, but I will grant you an interview after we solve this case.
What about being my second mentor?
Also out of the question.
Oh, don't be so ornery. Well, I guess you take what you get. It's all for the sake of my new scoop. Time to get the ball rolling. Let's begin our exclusive coverage.
Well then, Miss Swift, please begin the playback of the tape recorder for me. My dear friends, there's a reason for my visit. A few days ago, a smuggling ring that has long plagued my nation was exposed and crushed. I see. This was the president's speech.
The president passionately addresses the crowd. He's deflating the rumors flying around about a recent decline in his approval ratings. This is my own commentary. I've tried to create the feeling of actually being there. According to the schedule, there's a meeting after this. You seem quite pleased that the Adagarasu incident has been resolved.
Wait, what? According to the schedule, there's a meeting after this? You seem quite pleased the Adagarasu incident has been resolved. Well, of course, it's a great honor for us as well. Whose voice is this?
Those from folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was 2 older men. They kept on whispering to each other.
Where have I heard this voice before?
Oh, the gunshot's coming up. The president raised his fist in the air. The atmosphere is boiling to a fever pitch.
However, the battle is still not over. I declare here and now. The hammer of justice shall be brought down upon all evil.
What in tarnation? Whoa!
Nicole's tape recorder data jotted down my organizer. seems that 2 shots were fired.
And what do you reckon?
It's quite simple, really. Using the bullet's trajectory, we can deduce its flight path. 2 shots were fired. 1 bullet hit the president. That means the other shot had left a hole in the flag and punctured the balloon. Do you understand now? The location of the perpetrator who fired the gun. The bullet that struck both the flag and the balloon was fired from here.
Take that!
By connecting the bullet marks from the flag and the balloon, we learn the bullet's trajectory. It's likely that the bullet was fired from the left side of the audience area. The bullet's trajectory did a dotted on an organizer. Just what I expect from Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, I would like to investigate the left side of the audience area. Yes, sir. Wait, you mean we have to move all of these people? Yes, there's no time. We could be losing vital evidence for every second we let slip by. We must hurry. Yes, sir.
Mentor number 2! Hey, mentor number 2!
Miss Swift, I assume you are addressing me.
Of course, mentor number 2. This is my time to shine. I'm an expert at crowd dispersal. Light the torches, release the hounds, and run them down!
I appreciate your help, but please do not use those methods. Also, please stop addressing me as your mentor. I never agreed to that position.
I hear ya. I'll try to keep that in mind, mentor. I mean, Mr. Prosecutor.
Mr. Edgeworth, we're ready to begin the investigation, sir. Miss Swift here was all over the crowd helping us round him up, sir.
This ain't nothing compared to my first mentor's mob wrangling skills.
She seems to be used to this sort of thing. However, Miss Swift, all that running around seems to have caused your clothes to be covered with mud. I'll take care of the cleaning bill if you like.
Oh, you're talking about my parka? Don't you worry your fancy little head about it. It's reversible, so I can just flip around later as good as new.
That won't do much for mud stains, though. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's restart the investigation, sir. The crowd has made a mess of the crime scene. I hope some traces of the criminal are still left behind. Begin investigation, Court Lake Park, audience area.
This is a terrible incident indeed, Mr. Edgeworth.
Who is this man again?
I, Winston Payne, am willing to assist as a prosecutor.
Oh, they finally named him in this game. That's funny. He's a prosecutor? Why did you come here today?
I accompany the chief prosecutor.
His voice sounds like the one that I heard on the tape earlier. Oh, that's probably because he actually plays a part in it. Was he one of the men standing in front of Miss Swift? And where is the chief now?
The chief is a busy man. He had special permission to leave the premises.
The chief called me here and then left by himself. I'm not completely satisfied with this.
Y'all need to go through the garbage? You prosecutors got a tough job.
Detective Gumshoe. Right away, sir.
So it's the detective's job to go through the trash. Prosecutors don't want to dirty their hands.
Let's see, I hope I find something good. The detective seems to be a little too eager about searching through the trash. This is a winning popsicle sale. Detective! Sorry, sir, let's see. Something related to the case. Look what I found, sir. Yes, good work. Let's have a closer look. I'll need to view this object from various angles to uncover the truth hidden within. Yes, sir, just give me the word and I'll spin the evidence around and round. Hold the R button and use the D-pad to rotate the object to a desired viewing angle. If you want to zoom in or out, I'll move the evidence for you, sir. Press the X button to zoom in and the Y button to zoom out. Investigate every fine detail. If you find something suspicious, please let us know immediately, sir. Move the cursor to a spot of interest and press the A button to investigate it. Alright, let's give it a try. It's a document of
some sort. Let's see. President's security detail. These are plans for the President's security, sir. It depicts the security layout. The bodyguards' names are written on here too. Rook and Knightley. The bodyguards are not from the Republic of Jungfa.
It seems the president hired a local security firm.
Why didn't he use the police force of Jungfa?
You wanna know the reason? That's another big scoop.
Do you know something about it?
I was just at the Jungfa embassy the other day, fixing to get some news material. That's when I heard... It sounds like the president's got plenty of enemies. He also don't get along too well with the top brass of the Jungfa police.
I see. He doesn't even trust the people of his own country. This could be related to the assassination attempt. Security plans data jotted on my organizer. But why would this document be in the bag? That is strange indeed. It concerns the safety of the president. Normally it would be under tight security. This bag. There's something else in it, sir. This is... It's a gun, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, could this bag have belonged to the... It is possible that the assassin may have thrown it away. It's a revolver for something like this to appear in a place like this. 6-shot revolver, found in the trash in the audience area, a gun that is prohibited in this country. Is this the work of a professional assassin? You must have used that document to carry out the crime, sir. This revolver, I will need to take a closer look at it. This gun fired 2 bullets. That matches the number of gunshots heard. This must be the murder weapon, sir. This would be the grip. I've held the grip of several guns in the past, but it's never been a very pleasant feeling. This is a laser pointer. It's an implement you attach to a gun to help you aim with a laser, sir. Just press here and... It's firing a red laser, sir. Did the assassin use this laser pointer to target the president? Laser pointer, a device that aims with a red laser. Found attached to the assassin's gun. The assassination gun. Revolver data jotted on the organizer. This package provided us with lots of useful evidence. Dumpster diving really paid off, sir. Good work, detective. I have one more request. Please tell the forensics team to check the gun and the bag for fingerprints. Yes,
Yes, sir. If we can obtain fingerprints, it would be a huge breakthrough in our investigation. I've got the results back, sir. That was fast. Of course, I made them double time it. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any fingerprints, sir. Are you certain you did a thorough search? Of course, we combed every inch. We even took out the bullets and examined them, sir. As expected, this won't be easy. You're with the television crew, are you not? Oh, that's right, but... Then you must have recorded the speech. I'd like to see the footage. Yeah, about that. That will be difficult. What is that, pal? It's your duty as a citizen to cooperate the investigation. After the incident, the guests knocked over the TV camera in the panic. All the footage was lost. If there was any footage left, it could have been vital evidence. Yeah, it's too bad, sir. What was that? Looks like you're in a jam, Mr. Edgeworth. That voice. Kay! Yoink! Long time no see, Mr. Edgeworth. The hero of justice. Kay Faraday is here to save the day. Hero? I guess she wouldn't refer to herself as a heroine. So, have you given up on this great thief business yet? Nope, I haven't stopped. I'm just on vacation. I'm still in training to become the second Yatagarasu. About 2 weeks ago, this girl became involved in one of my cases. The mysterious phantom thief, the Yatagarasu. The case of a gentleman thief who steals the truth for the sake of justice. This girl is the successor to that great thief. If you need to pick a lock or untie a rope, leave it to me. But since I'm still in training, I haven't actually stolen anything yet. Okay, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I wanted to join in the festivities. She does seem to have a fondness for these kind of events. Afterwards, I thought I'd come meet up with you guys. Well, we're glad to see you. You look like you've been doing well, pal. It's been well, Gummy. I'm glad you're well, too. Kay, you said earlier that you could help me out. Help me out? Don't be surprised. Please don't be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. I took a photo that captures the exact moment of the crime. I see. Could you show it to us at once? The same as usual, I see. Can't you act even a little surprised? Yeah, that prosecutor's always in a sour mood. He even got annoyed when I called him my second mentor. Oh, by the way, I'm Nicole Swift, up-and-coming investigative reporter. Nice to meet you, Nicole. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth's really... Enough idle chatter. Can you please just show us the photo? Fine, here. This is a photo I took right at the moment of the gunshot. It was awful. Everyone in the audience was running in panic. This photo depicts the president and his 2 bodyguards. Judging from the names written on the security plan, these 2 must be Rook and Knightley. What is this? Thank you, Kay. This would be a very important clue. Oh! Yeah, that sharp look in your eyes! Did you find something, Mr. Prosecutor? In this photo, there is a contradiction. This photo? I don't see nothing. If you don't understand, then I'll show you. The scene captured in the photo and the evidence I have on hand. By comparing the 2, I'll find the contradiction. It's time for my deductive skills to come into play. First, I have to find a spot that holds a contradiction. It wouldn't happen to be here, right? Oh, okay. Once I found the contradiction, I press the X button with conviction. Then I present the evidence that contradicts the spot. This spot clearly contradicts the evidence. I don't really see the connection, but... You still don't see? There's definitely a contradiction, Mr. Edgeworth. When you're wrong, you should just admit it. No, I couldn't have been wrong. Just wait, I'll show you proof. First, I have to find the spot that holds a contradiction. Then I present the evidence that contradicts the spot. Or is it perhaps... No. Eureka! This spot clearly contradicts the evidence. I don't know. Oops, never mind. Let's see. I don't think it has anything to do with this. This shouldn't be so difficult. Eureka! Oh, that's what I thought, but I didn't think that photograph was from the speech, I guess. Miss Swift, this newspaper contains a photograph of the president. I'd like you to compare it with the photo that Kay took at the scene. What do you mean? Oh! That's right. There's something on the president's forehead that wasn't there before. Oh, well, I was trying to use the laser pointer. Is that a mole? It certainly looks like a red mole. Red mole. In the photo of the incident, a red dot can be seen on the president's forehead. That's foolish. It's hard to believe that a mole would pop out of thin air like that. Maybe a bug bit him, sir. That all? I thought you were on something. Turns out it's just an itty-bitty bug bite. You were talking with such a serious look on your face, I was getting all excited. The way to the truth always begins with small contradictions. Oh, that's a great way of putting it. I'll be using that for my article. Kate's camera data jotted down my organizer. It's obvious, really. I've solved the mystery of the red mole. You mean it's not just a bug? It's not a bug bite, sir? It's nothing like a bug bite or an itchy rash. This is the light from a laser pointer. You mean a gun was aimed at the president's forehead? And right after that, the second gunshot was heard. That's certainly more than just an itch, sir. Indeed, I'm concerned for the president's well-being. It's becoming more and more likely that this gun was the weapon used in the attack. Assassin's revolver data to update on my organizer. But why did the criminal use a laser pointer, sir? That's right, they would have had a beam of light shining from their hands. Pew, 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 way too conspicuous. And if you follow the path of the laser, you'll find out who fired the shot. That's not good at all. Oh, yeah, I also took some other photos. Maybe the light from the laser pointer was captured on those. It's a long shot, but there may be a chance. Kay, could you please show us those photos? Coming right up. Firstly, the photo from before the incident. Your face is taking up most of the frame. I want to get a two-shot of me and the president. This is taking a little before the gunshots. And here's the one I showed you before. This was right after the first gunshot. And immediately after that, a second gunshot rang out. And then... What is this? You can't really see much in this photo. After that last photo, one of the running guests knocked me down. It looks like the shutter clicked just then. This doesn't look
Too helpful, pal. Well, those were all the photos I took. Case camera data to update in my organizer. I'd like to examine these in a bit more detail. Investigate which photo before the incident. Where can the light from the laser pointer be seen? Take that! I found it. What? Look just in front of this person in the red hood. Ah, there! Yes, that's probably the light from the laser pointer. Then that red-headed person would be the assassin. We did it! It's all thanks to me, right? Right. As expected, the great thief has stolen the truth. Perhaps the criminal can also be seen in the other photos. Let me examine these photos one more time. Investigate which photo after the incident. Where can the red-hooded assassin be seen? Take that! Ah, there! The red-hooded assassin. It looks like they're escaping in the panic, sir. We can see the direction they ran in. Ah, the samurai dog banner! Right, the assassin escaped towards the right side of the audience area. Detective Gumshoe! Got it, sir. We'll investigate the right side of the audience area. I'm counting on you. The red-hooded assassin. Since the park was sealed off, there's nowhere they could have run to. If we follow their trail, we'll definitely catch them. Now then, let's continue with the investigation. We'll definitely find some traces of the assassin. Let's see. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Wait a minute. What is this? It's a red button, sir. Could this be... Red button, found near the stand, appears to have been ripped off from something. This could be related to the person in the red hood. Look at this. There's something red down there. Detective Gumshoe, please check underneath the food stall. Or food stall. Something stuck down there, let's see. It is a red raincoat. Could this be... the assassin's? It appears that he got rid of his raincoat before he ran away. Red raincoat data jotted on my organizer. The left sleeve. There doesn't appear to be anything out of place. It's not turned inside out and the button is still tightly in place. Even though it was thrown away, it looks a bit too clean. Oh, hello, 79, 69, 6B, 65, 73. Interesting name. They're selling cherry samurai dogs. I don't believe I've ever had a cherry dog. I've always wondered what do cherry dogs taste like, sir. They use cherries instead of a hot dog. So it probably tastes like cherries. But why do they call it a cherry dog if there's no hot dog in it, sir? You have a point. The truth about the cherry dogs. It remains a mystery, sir. It is a cheap-looking food stall made out of plywood. They're selling samurai dogs. Mr. Edgeworth, I got $2, sir. Am I imagining things, or are you suggesting we take a snack break during an investigation? Of course not, sir. I just thought, it could help us with our investigation. I'll buy you a box when we're finished with the investigation. I'm sorry, sir. What? What's it,
with that look on your face? Is there a problem? No, that was just unexpected, sir. Yeah, we already looked there. The flag from the shooting booth is likely on the ground. Or is lying on the ground. The crowd probably knocked it over. Judging from all the footprints on the flag, there must have been quite a panic. Do you know where you can buy these flags, sir? Why do you want to know? Are you going to write a gumshoe on the flag and carry it around with you? God, how did you know, sir? Don't tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, did you just read my mind, sir? I meant it as a joke, though. For him to actually have said that. For him to have actually thought that. Okay, about the case. Did you come here to cover the welcoming event?
You betcha. I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
What time did the event start?
It started after the rain stopped pouring. It'd been raining all morning long. The president's plane got here at 1:45 p.m. Then the president began his speech at around 2 p.m.
When did the shooting occur?
I reckon it happened sometime around 2:20 p.m.
So it occurred about 20 minutes after the speech began.
Yep, it was right then. The sound of gunshots ripped through the air, and the poor old president collapsed on stage. And that's what went down on March 25th, 2:25 p.m. at Gore Lake Park.
What was that? What was that all of a sudden?
Oh, that? I was just recording some notes. It's from my report. If I think of something good, I take note of it right away. It ain't often you get the chance to cover a presidential assassination. Gotta make it dramatic and heart-wrenching. I'm gonna write me a one action-packed article.
Did the president actually collapse on stage? The bodyguards escorted him onto the plane, sir.
Y'all have to pardon my embellishments. Sometimes I get a little carried away.
It seems that it would be best if I took this woman's testimony as a grain of salt. Reporter.
Well now, I guess you could call me a reporter. It sure sounds different when somebody else calls you that. Reporter Nicole Swift. Yep, it's got a nice ring to it.
Just to be clear, you are an actual reporter, correct?
In training.
What? Then how many articles have you written so far?
Oh, you mean like actual published works? None at the moment.
Yet you still call yourself a reporter? A reporter?
Well, this case is gonna put me in the spotlight. I done captured the whole entire speech perfectly. No bloopers at all. With this mic and this tape recorder, I'm gonna be a shining star in the broadcast world, just like my mentor.
Your mentor?
So, Mr. Prosecutor, how do you know my mentor?
You're the one who brought up the subject.
I may or may not have said something like that.
As a reporter, you should take responsibility for your words.
But my mentor always tells me, a reporter should always leak information freely.
What a public nuisance.
She told me that when she gave me this here tape recorder. Get out there and record all the scandalous scoops you can get.
So you create smoke where there's no fire. I'm amazed you called yourself a reporter.
I don't start the fires, I just fan out the smoke as far and wide as I can.
Isn't that what I just said? Well, not really exactly, actually. There are toy rifles lined up neatly on encounter. Oh, it's a shooting booth, sir. I hate to brag, but I'm actually pretty good at these. I thought you said that you weren't good with guns. It's not that I'm not good with guns, or it's not that I'm not good with them, I just don't like guns, sir. Normally, that's what you would call not being good with guns. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. What is it? Oh, I see. This sleeve, it's inside out. It's also missing a button. Raincoat sleeve. The right sleeve is turned inside out, and a button is missing. The button is missing, and there's a button on the ground, so we can assume that they're one and the same. They belong with each other. It looks like the fallen button came from the raincoat. It probably fell off when the assassin took off the raincoat. If you look closer, you can see that the right sleeve is inside out, sir. It appears they took it off in a hurry. The button was probably torn off. After shooting the president, the assassin disposed of the gun and the bag in the garbage bin. Then, during the panic, they moved from the left to the right side of the audience area. The bullet's trajectory led us to suspect someone who was on the left side of the audience area. The assassin then took off the raincoat and hid it under the stand. The assassin was in a hurry to remove the raincoat. That's why there are signs that the right sleeve was hastily removed. It also explains why the button was torn off. If that's the case, why is the left sleeve not in the same state? Ah, that sleeve isn't inside out. On the contrary, the button is still tightly fixed. What do you mean, sir? To find the answer, we must examine the raincoat in detail. Raincoat in detail. The right sleeve is turned inside out. And you can see where the button's been torn off. Indeed, this raincoat must have been removed in a hurry. I'd like to investigate the inside of this raincoat. Detective Gumshoe. Got it. This is a bloodstain. Judging by the location, this is most likely the assassin's own blood. So we're looking for someone who's injured, sir. Not just any injury, Detective. An injury on their left arm. What do you mean, sir? What do you mean, sir? The criminal was in a hurry to take off their coat. That's why the right sleeve is inside out. On the other hand, the left sleeve remained unchanged. How did this difference arise? Quite simply, the assassin couldn't get his arm through the left sleeve. If you think of it like that, it all starts to add up. Furthermore, a bloodstain was found on the left side of the raincoat. I see. He couldn't get his injured arm to fit through the sleeve. Yes, indeed, I'd say the possibility is quite high. Red raincoat data update my old person. It's all coming together. Investigation complete. Detective Gumshoe, I want you to pull our assassin out of the crowd. Roger that, sir. Someone with an injured left arm, right?
You must have a good head on your shoulders if you did see through me, Mr. Prosecutor. Finding the assassin with only that much evidence shouldn't be a problem at all. That's our Edgeworth.
With everyone in the park sealed in, the assassin should still be within the crowd. I'm counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. March 25th, 3:27 p.m., Gourd Lake Park, audience area. Mr. Edgeworth, we found a suspicious person in that condition, sir.
That's gotta be the assassin.
Okay, we haven't proven that this person is the assassin yet. For now, this is just a person of interest. Don't jump to conclusions.
Got it. I'll control myself. There's no doubt that this is the guy who targeted the president, sir.
It takes a daring person to target someone's life in front of an audience. Detective, bring him here. Courteously.
Yes, sir. Hey, you guys, bring him here.
Oh, Shelley the killer. He's not carrying an umbrella, and his left arm is bandaged.
You there, state your name.
My name is John Doe. John Doe? That's an unusual name. That is correct. This man, have I seen him somewhere before? That's right, 'cause I don't think Edgeworth saw him in Farrell my turnabout.
Prosecutor Edgeworth.
You know my name?
Yes, I have been observing your investigation. May I ask why you have called me here?
We are searching for the assassin who attempted to murder the president. Do you recognize his red raincoat?
I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I do not.
I believe that this raincoat belongs to the assassin.
Oh my, that is terrible indeed.
This person should also have a severe injury on the left side of their body, precisely like yours.
I have no relation to this. A stare down, mano a mano. It's like they're firing laser beams out of their eyes. So, what happens next? What happens next?
Obviously a confrontation, pal. A battle of wits between two gentlemen. Should I hear his explanation? Here's explanation. A witness might misunderstand. Oh, they meant... contradiction. If you find a contradiction in their statement, you present evidence, pal. Press the R button to look at the organizer and the X button to present.
And if you don't find a contradiction, what do you do then?
At those times, you press the witness for more details. To press the L button. Alright, sir, could you give us a demonstration, please?
Go, Mr. Prosecutor! You are America's best!
She just won't quit. Mr. Doe's testimony. I understand that the person in the raincoat is suspicious. However, that doesn't mean that he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof. Clearly, my left arm is injured, but I can still use my right arm. When it was raining, I used an umbrella. I have no need for a raincoat. You didn't wear a raincoat. That's your claim? Yes, not everyone uses a raincoat for protection against the rain. I am an umbrella person, after all.
I'm definitely a raincoat person. Umbrellas will hinder your movement. Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka.
This wasn't what I wanted to talk about. I hope you understand. I am not the assassin. Unfortunately, leaving a testimony unexamined goes against my principles. How troublesome. I am but a simple ice cream salesman. Oops. Please excuse me. In the panic earlier, my wound seems to have reopened. There's no mistaking that the owner of this raincoat is the assassin. Furthermore, the owner has an injured left arm. Mr. Doe, I shall reveal your true colors for all to see. Rebuttal, Mr. Doe's testimony. We haven't saved it, let's do that. First save of this game. However, that doesn't mean that he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof. Objection! Mr. Doe, you seem to be a very cautious person. However, today seems to be different, because you left this behind. You must be mistaken.
You have evidence that proves otherwise? Mr. Doe, is your injury alright? The wound seems to have opened. Indeed it is. Quite troublesome. Yes, I'm sure it is. You have my deepest sympathies. After all, you would have escaped had your wounds not opened up. What do you mean? There is no mistaking that the one who wore this raincoat was injured, and I can prove that person was you. With this. On the inside of this raincoat, there's a small blood stain. It's the blood of the assassin. Attacking the president is a serious crime, pal. You'll cause an international incident. No matter how long you keep silent, your true nature will soon come to light. And a blood test will settle this. The blood from the raincoat and the blood from your bandaged arm. I have all the evidence I need. Why don't you just admit it? You're the assassin who attacked the president. I am not the assassin. You don't know when to give up. You don't know when to give up. If this was a game of chess, you would have been checkmated a long time ago. Admit your defeat gracefully. He seems completely unfazed. I suppose I have no choice. I'll admit it. Indeed, the raincoat is mine. He confesses, sir. Arrest him! Arrest him! However, that does not mean I shot the president. What's that, pal? Prosecutor Edgeworth. All you have proven is that I wore the raincoat. What sort of crime is that? Mr. Assessment Party. I am no assassin. I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. All I did was put on that raincoat and listen to the president's speech. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out. Everyone in the audience immediately tried to escape, creating a state of panic. Are you satisfied this time? His story is getting fishier and fishier. His story's getting fishier by the minute. He's really suspicious. Glaring at me won't help. We've got evidence. Here, look at this guy in the red raincoat. That's gotta be the assassin. I see. That is certainly not me. What? Prosecutor Edgeworth, please consider this carefully. Was I really the only one who wore a red raincoat? Whether he was or not, the person in the photo can only be Mr. Doe. But why? This man's self-confidence and intensity. Rebuttal, Mr. Doe, assess me. All I did was put on that red raincoat and listen to the president's speech. Hold it! Why did you use a raincoat instead of an umbrella? Is it strange to wear a raincoat on a rainy day? It's strange to purposely wear a raincoat when you can't get your arm into it. If both my hands were occupied, I wouldn't be able to circle the ice room. Oh, I get it. Okay, I thought they were arguing that... I thought Edgeworth was arguing that he had his left arm in the armhole, but he had to carefully get it out. No, but he just had it on the inside. Okay, makes sense. That's why he was able to conclude that it was his, because the blood stains on his arm. Okay, good. If both my hands were occupied, I wouldn't be able to survive. Why didn't you mention that in your testimony earlier? I'm terribly sorry. It must have slipped my mind. After all, I had just gone through all that. All that? The shooting of the president, of course. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out. Hold it! So the bodyguards reacted before the gunshot went off? Yes, the bodyguards moved first. The one on the left side of the stage in particular. You saw it quite clearly. I have good eyesight. The names are written on the upper left of the security plan. The bodyguard on the left side would be Mr. Rook. Yes, correct. A Mr. Ethan Brooke, I believe. I believe. Perhaps you noticed the light from the laser pointer? That man is no ordinary individual. From their actions, I don't believe that the bodyguards were amateurs. This man isn't an ordinary individual either. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. The man on the left side of the stage was exceptionally quick, Mr. Ethan Brooke, as I recall. But how would you know about that?
Objection!
It seems you aren't just a simple ice cream salesman after all. You think too highly of me. Prosecutor Edgeworth, why would a simple ice cream salesman know the name of the president's bodyguard? The name of the bodyguard? Surely you jest. Didn't you say their names just a moment ago? Mr. Knightley and Mr. Rook. Correct?
Objection!
This is a diagram of the security plans. We learned their names from this. However, please look. Only their surnames are written here. You distinctly said Ethan. How did you know his full name when we did not?
That's pretty weird, sir. Why do you know his name? Explain yourself.
That was merely a slip of the tongue. It's true, this guy is the assassin! Young lady, you're being a little hasty. The reason I knew his name is quite simple. What? I'm an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's.
What?
He and I have a bit of a connection. His is a name that I will never forget.
Mr. Edgeworth, he's just telling a big fat lie.
This is not a lie. I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. And an acquaintance of Ethan Rook's.
Objection!
In that case, let's just ask Rook himself about this. Whether or not he's acquainted with this dubious ice cream salesman. As you wish, however, it may prove difficult now. He is currently busy with the president's security after all. Besides, even if I am not an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's, does that prove that I fired the gun?
Objection! If you aren't the assassin, why did you remove the raincoat?
It was a little hot, and the rain stopped. I wanted to air out the wound. Is there a problem with that?
I just can't seem to corner him.
But he put it under the step.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing? Hurry up and arrest him. That man's so suspicious, I'd even arrest him myself.
Arrest him without evidence? How could I do such a thing? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something? Breaking news, the criminal's on the verge of escaping the prosecutor. Oh dear, they're already treating me like a criminal. I understand. Since I've been suspected this far, it seems I will have to tell the truth. The truth? What is he up to? I saw another person wearing a red hood.
What?
What? Surely that was the person who was in the photo. I first noticed him right before the speech when it was still raining. He caught my eye because his raincoat was the same color as mine. In his hand I saw a laser pointer with the red light aimed directly at the president. It can't be. There was another person wearing a red hood. I knew that if I wore the red raincoat I'd be mistaken for the assassin. That is why I took off the raincoat.
Objection! You saw an assassin wearing the same color hood as yours?
Wouldn't that be a nice coincidence? That's what I expected you to say, which is why I did not testify as such. Prosecutors and the police are a suspicious lot. I knew that nobody would believe me. At the moment of the incident, the assassin was very close to the prosecutor. Prosecutor? I only arrived after the incident. Not you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. That prosecutor over there.
Huh? Me?
Yes, you should be visible in that photo. Here, right in front of the person in the red hood.
That's me, alright. What's your point?
What's this man driving at? I have been observing your investigation this entire time, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth, and I've noticed something strange. Something strange? It seems you still haven't noticed this contradiction yet. A contradiction? In this photo, the people who can be seen are the Chief, Mr. Payne, and the assassin. I don't see anything strange. Please think back carefully about the circumstances during the President's speech. I believe you are holding the evidence that contradicts this photo. Do I have evidence that contradicts this photo? Well, let's see. Take that! It can't be! There's a contradiction between the photo and the tape. It seems you've noticed. Mr. Edgeworth, what's going on? There's a person missing from this photograph. Huh? Who is it? Oh, no. Yes, it's rather strange. Someone who should be there, but is not. The person who should be in this photo is... Take that! Huh? Miss Swift? Miss Swift? Why would you say that? Mr. Payne's voice was recorded on Miss Swift's tape. He was whispering quietly with the Chief Prosecutor. Those are from the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was two older men. They kept on whispering to each other. It seems Miss Swift was near Mr. Payne when she recorded the speech. Ah, but she isn't anywhere in this photo. That is correct. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, who is the one you should be pursuing? Nicole Swift, would you mind giving us your testimony? Come on, it feels weird when you talk all formal like that. It's fine, I ain't got nothing to hide. Miss Swift's testimony. It ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording. I was moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there. I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording. So quit making that scary face, it ain't what you think. Miss Swift's tape recorded a conversation between my colleagues, Mr. Payne and the Chief Prosecutor. Why would Nicole be lying? That would mean... It'd mean Nicole Swift is the assassin, pal. Y'all gotta be kidding me. I ain't done nothing like that.
Be that as it may, however, there is a contradiction in your testimony.
I don't reckon so, no, sir.
It appears I must reveal this contradiction with evidence. Read on Miss Swift's testimony.
It ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording.
Hold it! Hold it! You were moving around while you were recording. Why were you doing that?
What do you mean, why?
Surely when recording a speech it is best to remain still.
That's, well, you know the importance of covering a story from every angle. I wanted to convey the living, breathing event in print. Yes, sirree, you betcha.
If you were moving around, I doubt your tape would have picked up anything coherent.
Well, it's like I done said. I was moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there.
Hold it! Here and there. Could you be more specific, such as the side you were on?
When I say here and there, it means just that. I was all about the place. You couldn't swing a dead cat in that crowd. You expect me to remember where I was?
Could you at least remember if it was the left or right side?
Left, I reckon.
The person in the photo is also on the left side. Is this just a coincidence?
I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording.
Was it really, though? Objection! Miss Swift, a reporter shouldn't lie.
I ain't lying. I'm an honest journalist.
Perhaps, but there's no denying that the photo and the recording were taken at the same time.
That's so? And what makes you say that?
The truth lies in these photos. This could only have been taken at the same time as your recording. Which spot shows that this was taken at the same time as the recording? Take that! Take that! Can you see the president with his fist raised in the air?
What about it?
Miss Swift, might we hear your tape one more time?
Nuh-uh, you ain't gonna hear a word. Way you been treating me.
Would you rather we charge you with obstruction of justice and seize it from you?
Fine, you win. I'm no match for you, Mr. Prosecutor.
The question is, during which part of the speech did the president raise his fist? No matter what sort of heinous criminal organization there is, I will not allow them to exist.
The president raised his fist in the air. The atmosphere's boiling to a fever pitch.
Raised his fist straight from the horse's mouth, sir. This tape was recorded at the moment the president raised his fist overhead.
Then that means Nicole not being in this photo is really strange.
Oh, but she is in the photo right here. The person in the red hood. It was you, Nicole Swift.
Ah!
You're the real assassin, aren't you, pal?
That ain't so. I ain't never worn that red raincoat.
This red raincoat in question belongs to... John Doe. The raincoat's owner is Mr. Doe. That much has been proven. You were wearing something else. A different red hood. You mean there were two red hoodies, sir? Mr. Doe's last testimony was true.
But we didn't find any other red raincoats.
What Mr. Doe saw was a red hood, not a raincoat. Miss Swift, what was it you told us earlier about your parka?
Oh, you mean when I said I ain't worried about it getting all dirty? It's reversible, so all I gotta do is turn it inside out and... Ah!
As I thought.
Mr. Edgeworth, the inside of her parka is red.
Indeed, and during the incident, she was using that side. What? Hey, pal, what's the big idea?
You're wrong. I've been wearing it like this the whole day.
Well then. Will you allow me to examine your parka?
What are you expecting to find?
We know it was raining prior to the President's speech. I believe you said earlier.
Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka.
If you really didn't turn your parka inside out, then the inside should be dry.
Hang on a minute. I ain't taking off this heavy backpack and putting it back on again. Sorry, but can't we do this another time?
You think you can fool us charged with that, pal? Alright then, pal, if we're really wrong, prove it. Show us the inside of the parka.
It wasn't me. I ain't no assassin.
Miss Swift, if you want me to believe that, then you need to cooperate with us. Would you please tell us why you wore the red side of the parka?
I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I had my reasons, honest. I'll tell y'all everything. Just quit bullying me.
Hold it. Whose voice was that? Hold on a sec, it's a little too early for the end game. Hey, you in the fancy suit. Haven't you been jumping the gun ever since your opening move? This man was in Kay's photo. Whoa, I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is... Horace Knightley, the President's bodyguard. Second in command of his personal security unit. Well, watch it, pal, that's not a toy. Whoa, my bad. She just wants to come out and play. I can't seem to help it. Why do you have a gun if you're not a police officer? She's a lady in Jung Fa. Only the President's bodyguards are authorized to use it. Anyway, back to business. I've got some news for you. There's good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first? It makes no difference to me. Do as you wish. You sure? I'm giving you the first move. Alright, I got you. I'll start with my pawn. It seems you enjoy chess. You play too, Mr. Fancy Suit? It's Edgeworth, and I do have a fondness for chess. Is that so? Well then, Chess Master Edgeworth, I'll start with the good news. The President's safe. Not even a scratch on him. Really? That's great, pal. It seems that the young lady is not a murderer after all. Good for you, Nicole. But, Whoa there, don't forget. There's still the bad news. The President is safe because his bodyguards protected him. Actually, I had nothing to do with it. It was the leader who protected him. At the cost of his own life. That would be the other bodyguard. Rook, was it? Yeah, that's right. Rook died to protect the President. Is that so? Rook is dead. What a shame. That means Nicole... It means that the little lady killed him. My brother in arms.
That ain't true. I ain't a murderer.
Whoa there, pipe down, little Miss Murderer. Geez, even if we had to make a sacrifice to protect the king, it was a pretty bad move, that castling. Sacrifices and castles? What's he talking about, sir? They're old chess terms. He's saying Brooke's life was exchanged for the president's. This guy sure talks funny, sir. Horace Knightley, was it? What do you want? I'd like to examine the victim's body as soon as possible. And if it's possible, I'd like to question the president. Sorry, but I can't let you do that. What? I got another piece of news for you, and this one's a doozy. There's another piece of news? From here on out, this investigation will be handled by the Jungfa police. What? What's going on, pal? This case is under our jurisdiction. You have no right to interfere. You're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? The president knows about you solving the Adagrasu case. I'm honored. That's why the chief prosecutor designated for you to be in charge of this case. It seems the chief prosecutor made a little appeal to the president. But it looks like you're the wrong guy for the job. I didn't know you had to have this kind of reaction. It's the president's orders. If you oppose, you'll cause an international incident. Capiche? Hey, little lady, get over here. We'll continue your questioning inside the president's plane.
No. I didn't do nothing.
Hey now, don't be a baby. You scared of a little Jungfa police?
Mr. Prosecutor, please help me.
Miss Swift. It's clear that Miss Swift was the person they read alert. However, that doesn't mean that the whole truth has been revealed.
I really didn't do it. Please believe me.
Is it really alright for it to end this way? All I see is a girl with eyes full of fear, pleading for help. Certainly not someone who's committed a heinous crime. If I stand aside now and do nothing, the truth will be lost to the darkness. Oh, hey, Portland. Welcome back. God! What? God! What the you? Silence. What the is an impolite way to greet someone. Your neck injury has yet to heal, and you've already forgotten. No, not you! Not you! It seems you've remembered. Hey, what are you doing? Cut it out, pal. You've got some nerve to do that right in front of a detective and a prosecutor. Stop! Stay out of this! He's out of your league. Mr. Doe, who on earth are you? I am not merely a simple ice cream salesman. He's a professional assassin. His name is Shelley the Killer. There's no one in law enforcement who doesn't know the name Shelley Killer. An assassin who will carry out any request without fail. He was once involved in a case I handled. It's been a while, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although, I do believe this is our first face-to-face meeting. The real assassin was you all along. That is correct. I received a request from a key individual to take the president's life. I should have seen his face before the case files. Curses. I was careless. I'm glad I had a knife inside my bandage before I entered the park. Even though my calculations were a little off. A knife, not a gun. Now, Mr. Knight, shall we play that game you love so much? Of course, the stakes will be your life. What are your demands? I want you to relinquish investigative authority back to Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Huh? Why do you want that? Rook is an opponent who is connected to me by fate. I would like to discover the truth about his death. When that man died, the investigative authority was transferred to you. I am simply asking you to give it back to this prosecutor. With your life at stake, this really isn't the time to be stubborn.
Why, you're just using the investigation to get close to the president.
And what if I am? Indeed, in order to continue the investigation, it is necessary that we enter the president's plane.
As the leader of the president's bodyguards, I won't allow it.
Oh, I thought you were only second in command.
Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge.
I'm not sure if you're as capable as Rook was.
What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now.
Very well. In that case, please exercise judgment befitting of a leader. You can lose your life here and needlessly, or will you allow the investigation to continue? He's using the investigation as an excuse. Why would he go to all that trouble? What is this man thinking? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I trust you have no objections. Let us continue the investigation. Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do, sir? For now, we have no choice but to accept his proposal. At least we'll be able to investigate. But listen well, detective. I'll use the investigation to buy us time. Meanwhile, gather up all your men. Surround the president's plane so that he can't escape. Right, roger that, sir. To be continued. So, Portland, have you finished this game, or how much of this game have you played? Save. Yes, save. The death of the bodyguard Ethan Rook and the arrival of Shelley to kill her. A new development in this case has come to light. Under Knightley's direction, the door of the president's plane was opened. After the paramedics attending Mr. Rook left, we set foot inside the plane, one by one. March 25th, 4:15 p.m., President's plane office. Oh my, where would the president be? Who knows? Yeah, wasn't it good? It seems he's just beyond that door. Still a coward, I see. You think he'd just show himself in front of a hitman? Not a chance. Didn't I tell you already? My purpose here is simply to investigate the case. Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, we await your examination of the body. Right. For now I have no choice but to obey and continue the investigation. The rest is up to Detective Gumshoe. I'm counting on you. The attempted assassination of the president became the murder of a bodyguard. Looks like you could use some help, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I don't deny it, but... See? Exactly! If that's the case, then it can't be helped. Just leave it to the great thief K. Faraday. Right. So, are you saying you can solve this case? Nope. Said with such certainty. Instead, I'll stick to being your support. Right, let's get straight to the investigation. We need to buy time for the police to prepare. I'll need to draw out this investigation for as long as I can. Begin investigation, President's main office. So now you understand what I mean by this one being one of the best games in the franchise, right? Because it totally is. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. The bullet pierced his body just below his armpit. Bullet pierced through. The bullet went straight through the victim's body. Where did it go? Unfortunately, he was hidden in an area his bulletproof vest didn't cover. really seems like a well-aimed shot. The cause of death was most likely blood loss. The bleeding has stopped. Crime scene notes jotted down by organizer. The paramedics were called to treat Mr. Rook, right? I'm afraid they didn't make it in time. The victim is Ethan Rook. He was the president's bodyguard. After hearing the gunshots, he immediately evacuated the president into the plane. He gave up his life to fulfill his duties. I also like how early Kay shows up in this game as opposed to the last game, because she appeared pretty late in the last game. She appeared in the 3rd episode, but in this game she appears straight right off the bat, the 1st episode. He gave up his life to fulfill his duties. Does this mean he'll receive a posthumous promotion? Okay, there's no need for forced comments. How did you know? Bodyguards don't follow that promotion system. This is a bulletproof attaché case. It's a tool bodyguards use to protect themselves from bullets. It can be seen in Kate's photo. It seems Rook and Knightley both had one. Bulletproof attaché case dated Johnstown and my organizer. Yeah, no, it makes so much sense. Ah, that's the scene I stole on film. You didn't do anything illegal in taking this. Anywhere, anytime, I'm always in the mood to steal. You just wanted to use the word steal, didn't you? Have I been caught? Gas masks lay on the table, ready to protect against poison gas attacks. Oh, well, you don't have to watch it if you're busy. I don't want to hold you up, especially not for the holidays. Thank you, Portland. I always appreciate you coming on, like, every time I stream. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be on. I'm not gonna be streaming for very long either. I'm just gonna stream at the end of this episode. So, but is your whole family at the holidays? Or I mean, at your grandma's for the holidays too? The president seems to be quite fearful of assassinations. So this is the rumored gas mask. It's my first time. It's my first time seeing the real thing. Rumored among the great thieves. No, the Jam and Ninja, the children's program. During Princess Viola's wedding ceremony, the poison-tongued ninja Simon Kowal. Oh, interesting. Oh, I see. I just noticed something here. Did you notice? Well, that's fun. Yeah, Chicago is... I should stop listening to her, seriously. It never seems to pay off. It's an inflatable lifeboat with an oar sitting on top. Looks like it's ready to be used at any time. Hey, there's only one oar! Well, I guess you could try to paddle with your hands. The internal and external views of the plane are being monitored by these monitors. rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. The interesting thing about playing this game, especially this game, and maybe even the first Mother's game, is that playing through a second time or third time, you'll see a lot of details early in the game that allude to later in the game that you didn't notice before. Do you talk to them very frequently? What's this thing? Oh, that's the president's precious stuffed animal. I don't really get it, but it's some kind of keepsake. Don't touch it! Precious. That's unexpected. Hey, it kind of looks like there's been a break-in. Indeed, the area it stands on does look a bit unnatural. Are those glass shards underneath this stuffed animal? This unnatural empty space, perhaps? Is there another monitor here? Security monitors dated all down my organizer. I see. These monitors show the cockpit and the aircraft's exterior. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Red, green, blue, yellow. That's an interesting set of colors. That's always usually the colors for, like, Xbox controller buttons and things like that. It's a collection of colorful personal security alarms. They all seem to have been used before. The president, he sure is a nice guy. He brought these security alarms to protect his wife and kids. Then why would he leave them all here? It's obvious that they're for his own personal use. Objection! A single person can't carry that many security alarms. Because a person only has 2 hands. That objection is worth 0 points. That's a heavy-looking vest. The president's clothes must be made from some special fabric. Indeed. It's to protect against bullets. Wow, it even does that? Naturally, it's a bulletproof vest after all. This is a bulletproof vest after all. After all, bulletproof vest found on top of the desk. A bullet is embedded in it. Was this the president's? Oh, okay. I hope you enjoy the festivities with your family, Portland. Happy holidays! Ah, so that's what it is. This is the first time I've seen one. You could have said something earlier. That really surprised me. Well, wait. You as well. Let's see. Well, wait a minute. If it's targeted, there's a bullet embedded in his vest. No, I just can't. Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. A strange decoration based off some strange animal staring at me with its strange eyes. There's a lever on the statue. See, right here on its butt. That would be most unforgivable. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. That lever most likely operates the trapdoor underneath my feet. Then, that hatch is actually a pitfall trap. I hope you understand. It would be in your best interest to not pull that lever. When a killer talks about your best interests, it would be wise to do as he says. Are these some kind of official documents? I know it's a bit rude, but let's take a peek inside. This seems to be a security plan. Ah, this looks like the one we found earlier in the trash can. Yes, it does. But what's this? Something seems out of place. What's this? The details of the security plans were changed? You're right!
Yeah, that's right. It was changed yesterday. President's orders.
Why the sudden change?
Because 2 days ago, D-Killer attacked the president. He disguised himself as a bodyguard. Rook was the first to notice. He had already gotten close to the president. Rook managed to stop him just in the nick of time.
What was that tongue? What was that?
Rook grabbed his left arm and twisted it. Then he fired one bullet square into his left arm.
What were you doing at that time, Mr. Knightley?
I was...
If I remember correctly, the first person I took out that day was you. Oops, was that a touchy subject?
Shut up!
So back then... Your neck injury has yet to heal, and you've already forgotten.
No, not you, not now. Since that day, I haven't been able to return my head right. It sucks.
To think that I would suffer an injury. Ethan Rook. You could say he was a most capable individual.
Oh, I thought that D-Killer shot Rook in the left arm. But they were talking about D-Killer. Okay. Getting shot by Ethan Rook.
Unlike this man here.
What's so different about me and Rook?
I believe you're about as different as a pawn and a queen.
What?
So you remembered Rook's name because he was highly capable? Correct. While disguised as a bodyguard, I happened to hear his name. There was no way I could forget that name. Only a select few have ever been able to injure me. So this was the connection D-Killer was talking about.
The security arrangements were changed so that D-Killer would not be able to sneak in as a bodyguard again. Only the president's two most trusted subordinates would accompany him on the stage. In short, me and Rook.
Security plans data updated my organizer. It appears your positions were also changed. That's true, he's now on the right side.
Because I can't turn my head to the right, my position got changed to the president's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage.
Knightley's position, his head couldn't turn right. Plans were altered so he could stand on the right side.
We have quite a bit of information.
I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take another look. The president is just beyond this door. This door, I'm getting a sense that it's challenging me.
Okay, there's no need to feel challenged by a door.
But look at how big it is! All this electronic flux, it's challenging me to unlock it.
Calm down and think it over. What is the purpose of a key?
What is the purpose? To unlock treasure?
That's right, to unlock treasure. Was that the right answer? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. The lever on that strange statue operates as trapdoor. If we pull that lever, they would both fall down, Struck and Mr. D. Killer. Indeed, that would be most unforgivable.
I wasn't thinking about pulling the lever. It's not like I want to be the hero who caught D. Killer.
Okay, your inner voice is leaking out. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. It seems the victim also carried a gun.
Did he try to shoot something?
He may have drawn it out instinctively to return fire. We need to check to see if the gun has fired any bullets. It's still fully loaded. There's no evidence of any shots being fired. This gun is also from Jung Fa, right? Jung Fa, right? Yeah. You're always issued the same model revolver. Rook's gun hasn't fired a single shot, manufactured in Jung Fa, a 6-shot revolver. Wait a minute. If they're all issued the same revolver, and Rook's and the revolver that was used to assassinate for the assassination attempt was also a 6-shot revolver. These two guns, they're the exact same model. These guns came from Jung Fa. Assassin's revolver data updated my organizer.
Looks like all the bodyguards were provided with guns from Jung Fa. Jung Fa.
Indeed.
Are those guns rare?
No, not particularly. They're not easy to obtain domestically, but it isn't impossible either.
What? I thought they might be a treasure.
Yes, it's unfortunate.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you talking about treasure?
Not quite. If it was a rare model, it would have been easier to identify. Even evidence can become treasure.
I see. Even during your investigations, you search for treasure.
Well, I didn't quite say that.
Okay, let's investigate. Where's the treasure?
And suddenly she's motivated. Well, wait. Did perhaps the bullet that pierced the victim land in the President's bulletproof vest? 2 bullets were fired. We know that from the number of gunshots. One hit the steel samurai balloon, and the other took Rook's life.
But didn't a bullet also hit the President's bulletproof vest?
Right. It doesn't match up with the number of shots. However, there is one way to solve this.
One way? One way?
The bullet that stole Rook's life pierced through his body, and then hit the vest. In other words, Rook and the President were hit by the same bullet.
I see.
That's right. It'd be dangerous if he hadn't worn that bulletproof vest. Is the President alright? Is the President alright? Even while wearing a bulletproof vest, you can still get injured. Yeah, the bullet's impact can still fracture your bones. But don't worry, he's fine. The President's trained like himself like no other.
Maybe the President didn't even need a bulletproof vest.
I think that might be bullshit. I'd like to examine the bullet. There's a chance that there may still be ballistic markings.
Ballistic markings? What's that? Ballistic markings are always left on a bullet. Each gun leaves a different marking. So if we examine the ballistic markings, we'll know which gun the bullet was fired from. You could say they're like a gun's fingerprints. I get it now. Let's investigate right away.
I think that'd be difficult. The bullet was completely flattened when it hit the bulletproof vest. There's no way you can investigate the ballistic markings.
What? I wanted to investigate them.
Bulletproof vest data updated my organizer.
Now then, I've grown wary of this investigation.
Still no sign of Detective Gumshoe.
Mr. Prosecutor, have you uncovered the truth yet?
No, not yet.
I see. In that case, would you like to speak with someone who is involved in the incident?
Someone involved in the incident?
Like the President, for instance? You mean... Is there not one more witness? Just behind those doors. Of course, the President himself. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, please do the honors and summon the witness here.
There's no chance in hell I'm letting that happen. You can just summon the President like a witness in court.
Mr. President, I'm sure you are watching all this through your security cameras. Would you kindly grace us with your presence? That is, if you value your bodyguard's life. I see. Mr. President, what sort of a man leaves another to die on his behalf?
Mr. President! Stop it! Take it easy! Hey!
It's to nothing. Come on, Detective Gumshoe. Ah! What? The lights! My apologies, Mr. Prosecutor. But I wouldn't try anything if I were. It seems I'm unable to reach the President, even with Mr. Knightley's life.
Stop!
Ah!
Katie Killer, you!
However, I have already seen the truth. Where is he?
Oof!
I leave the rest in your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. It's Mr. Edgeworth.
Detective Gumshoe? Detective Gumshoe? Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
March 25th, 4:45 p.m. President's plane office. Did I pass out?
Mr. Edgeworth, thank goodness you're safe.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay?
Kay, what about you?
I just woke up myself. My head's throbbing a bit, but it's no big deal.
Detective Gumshoe, what happened to the killer?
Miss Swift came running out of the plane. She told us the killer made a run for it, but... We were too late, sir. We heard from that bodyguard that the emergency lifeboat over there had been stolen. He's probably at the other side of the lake by now, sir. Didn't you seal off the park? The police were all called back to surround the plane. Right now there's no one in here guarding the opposite shore. That means he succeeded in giving us the slip. Sure seems that way, sir. Mr. Prosecutor. Mr. Prosecutor. Oops. Mr. Prosecutor. Horace Knightley. It seems you also had a narrow escape. Yeah, that sucked. That punk. Come to think of it. We found this near where you fell, sir. This is the killer's calling card. Looks like a message from him. Calling card data jotted down on my organizer. He always leaves his card next to his victim's body. He always leaves his card next to his victim's body. But you're not dead, sir. Perhaps this signifies something similar to a killing. Which reminds me, the last thing he said still bothers me. However, I have already seen the truth. I leave the rest in your hands, Mr. Prosecutor. Seen the truth? What did he mean? Yeah, it's safe now. What was that? The President will be making his entrance now. The President? The President? This man is the President of Zhengfa, Di Junhuang.
You are...
It is an honor to meet you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor.
I am Di Junhuang. I have heard of your deeds. You saved my country from a great crisis.
Is he referring to the other Prosecutor case? I was simply solving a murder, nothing more.
Such modesty. I have been observing your investigation. An astounding performance, despite allowing D. Killer to get away.
Thank you very much. So he was watching the security cameras.
However, I regret that it ends here.
What do you mean?
Heed my words, foolish prosecutor. You should have already been informed by Horace Knightley. This investigation will be handed over to the esteemed police force of Zhengfa.
Now that D. Killer is gone, they intend to take over the investigation. Hey pal, what are you doing? And what's with that attitude? It's because of D. Killer and Mr. Edgeworth that... Enough, detective. Mr. President, I cannot agree to this. Why must this investigation be handed over to your country's police?
Why, you say? Know your place, puny prosecutor. Must I explain my actions? Nay, I think not. You shall hand over all the evidence you've found so far and leave this plane at once.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, be a good boy and do as you're told. I cannot resist any longer. All the evidence handed over to Knightley. Why? Why won't you allow me to investigate this case any further?
Now then, would you kindly take your leave? Knightley, place a suspect under firm restraint.
I'm on it, Mr. President.
An attempt on my life and the murder of my subordinate, such evil! Such sin!
I didn't kill nobody. I swear. Shut your trap, lady.
You dare question me! You dare stain this world with deceit! Should we pardon this sin? Nay, absolutely not. It is most unforgivable. My reasons being...
There's no mistake, the President is hiding something. If I turn back now, the truth will be lost forever. Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing you can do? I remember the countless times I faced this dilemma in the courtroom. The lies of the witness, the rebuttals of the defense. I did not always have evidence to counter them. Nonetheless, I was still able to draw out the truth from them. That's right. My words alone are my weapons. Aha! Now then, let's analyze the situation.
Leave this place at once, a direct order from the President himself.
He's not even listening. Any rebuttal I give, he cuts off. When he has that forceful attitude, I'll need to watch the situation carefully. My opponent is the President of Zhengfa. I don't think he'll show any weakness easily. His words may be overbearing, but I need not to be intimidated. If I observe his behavior closely, I
should be able to read his emotions. First, I'll start by asking about his reasons for taking over the investigation. Now, let's begin. A good opening line will put me at an advantage. Logic chess, begin. Explain your reasons. I'd like you to explain your reasons for depriving us of our right to investigate.
Impudent fool, hold your tongue. There's no reason. That should be enough of an explanation for you.
I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Let me try another line of attack. Who's taking over the investigation? Please, allow me to confirm that there's something about the investigation.
Nay, I don't recall granting you permission to speak.
Wait and see.
I am the president of Jungfa. You shall not talk back to me.
I'm not talking back, I am simply asking for confirmation. This investigation will be taken over by the police of your country, is that correct?
Exactly. That is all I will say. Restrain yourself from making any more unnecessary comments.
Wait and see.
That's enough. Being on this plane is tantamount to being on my country's soil. You cannot do as you please.
This plane? Is there something significant about this plane or this place? I should remember this clue. Explain your reasons. I'd like you to explain your reasons for depriving us of our right to investigate.
Impudent fool, hold your tongue. There's no reason. That should be enough of an explanation for you.
Perhaps that clue may be useful to know. Is it connected to this place? Gathering from what you've said so far, does that forceful attitude of yours have some connection to this place?
You insolent!
Earlier you said that being on this plane is like being on your country's soil. From those words I was able to deduce the answer, namely that is, you wish to claim extraterritorial rights inside this plane. Am I correct?
That's enough! I shall brook no insolence.
You seem unsettled. Your words are forceful, but I cannot overlook them. The moment I mentioned extraterritorial rights, your face grew pale.
In light of your brazen courage, I shall grant you an answer. That's right, I am claiming extraterritorial rights inside this plane. However, what does that change? You are still powerless. There is nothing you could do about it.
I see. Under international law, the plane would be considered part of Jungfa. How convenient. If he wishes to stake this claim, then I shall question its validity. The next move will decide the outcome. He may be the president, but there is a hole in his logic. Let me break it wide open. Aren't you being too forceful? Permit me to say this. Don't you feel that your actions are too forceful?
Who asked for your opinion? All you need to do is obey.
Wait and see.
Forceful is the wrong word. Is it authority? It is authority. Leadership.
So you arrested Miss Swift because you felt you had the authority to do so?
arrested Miss Swift because you felt you had the authority to do so?
Yes, that girl's a criminal. There's no room for dispute.
No, there is plenty I could say. Haven't you realized it yet? I have you cornered.
Nonsense! You just waste my time with pointless chatter.
That was indeed the statement. I should think this over again. I must not be intimidated by his words. If I observe his behavior closely, I should be able to read his emotions. Aren't you being too forceful? Permit me to say this. Don't you feel that your actions are too forceful?
Who asked for your opinion? All you need to do is obey.
Wait and see.
Forceful is the wrong word. It is authority. Leadership.
So you arrested Miss Swift because you felt you had the authority to do so?
Yes, that girl's a criminal. There's no room for dispute.
Wait and see.
The shooting took place outside the plane. Only she could have done it.
That's it. The shooting occurred outside the plane. This could be a very important clue. Is your claim valid? I challenge the validity of your claim to extraterritorial rights.
Do you truly understand what it is you're saying?
Of course, and I stand by it.
You dare doubt my words. You have no shame.
Wait and see.
Such irredeemable arrogance, it troubles me greatly.
There is no need to worry. I do not need to be saved. It is Miss Swift whom I wish to save from these false charges that you have laid against her. It is Miss Swift whom I wish to save from these false charges that you have laid against her.
I admire your tenacity. However, your wish is unattainable. The extraterritoriality laws are unshakable. This plane is Jungfa territory.
It's time to use that clue. The gun came from outside. Indeed, I do not question your extraterritorial rights inside this plane. However, you just claimed that the shooting took place outside the plane. Yes, if it didn't happen inside the plane, extraterritorial laws do not apply. Your claim has fallen apart. Miss Swift's arrest is invalid.
Impossible! To be bested by a mere prosecutor. I am the president!
Checkmate, Mr. President. Logic chess complete. Mr. President, will you allow us to continue with our investigation?
I yield. I will allow it. My heart is generous. My heart is tolerant and merciful. Therefore, as such, certainly, thus we shall. It is our duty for a most noble cause. Gentlemen, now is the time. I, the President of Jungfa, for the sake of the investigation.
This guy sure likes beating around the bush.
Knightly, we have received the President's permission. Could you return our evidence? Here. Knightly returned all of the evidence.
You did it, Mr. Edgeworth.
Indeed. Now we can resume the investigation. It's funny how happy you are just because I gave you your precious pieces back. Now let's see how well you use them. Pay attention. Here's my next move. Mr. President, may I make one more request of you? Would you please testify about the moment of the incident?
Testify?
Hey, hold on a sec. That's your next move? Isn't that the sort of thing you leave to the courts? Naturally, it's a courtroom procedure. However, I'd still like to hear what he has to say. If he refuses to cooperate with the investigation, he will have to give a clear reason. But that's... Is there something wrong?
Knightly, stand down. I shall grant the Honorable Prosecutor's request.
I thank you for the cooperation.
Now heed my words.
Testimony, President's testimony.
Where was I when the incident occurred? Ah, yes, the stage. Then, Rook and Knightly suddenly appeared and stood in front of me. After that, I heard a gunshot and a red balloon bursting. And so, those two attempted to escort me to the plane. But then, the second gunshot, the bullet pierced through Rook's body and struck my bulletproof vest.
If that's the case, then the President's a victim too, right?
It was an assassination attempt. Mr. Rook just happened to get caught up in it, unfortunately.
But isn't it strange? Why would the victim want to interrupt the investigation?
Of course, if this becomes public, it would cause problems. I see, there's still some deep, dark secret behind this case, right? Certainly the President and perhaps Knightly too know of this secret. Without fail, I shall reveal it for all to see. Rebuttal. President's testimony.
After that, I heard a gunshot and a red balloon bursting.
Objection! A red balloon burst? I'm afraid that's not the case.
What?
Please have a look at this piece of evidence. Can you see what has burst?
No! This is... What exactly?
It's the Steel Samurai warrior of the old Tokyo. You do well to remember it. If you wish to win the support of this nation's people.
And don't forget the rival show, the Jam and Ninja.
The balloon that was ruptured by the bullet was no ordinary red balloon. It was a Steel Samurai balloon.
But according to the plans, there should have been 2 red balloons. It says so right here in the security plan.
It certainly looks like there are only 2 round balloons drawn here.
Knightley, what is the meaning of this? Explain at once.
Yes, sir. That Steel Samurai balloon was a last-minute replacement. Replacement? That's what we were told. It seems that information didn't make it to the President. We ran into a little trouble during setup last night. One of the balloons that we had prepared burst. So you scrambled to find a replacement? Exactly. We just happened to run into a guy manning the stand at the park. He said he'd lend us the Steel Samurai balloon. He was kind of a poser. A Steel Samurai balloon, and a poser. Larry Butts. We pumped air into its red samurai pants to create a makeshift balloon. So the Steel Samurai balloon just looked like an ordinary red balloon. Is that what you mean?
Knightley, why was I not informed of this?
Sir, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't think it was important enough to report. Couldn't you tell by just looking at it?
I did not notice it.
So you mistook the Steel Samurai's pants for an ordinary balloon. Was there a reason why you made that mistake?
Oh!
What now?
A moment, please. I just remembered now. I could not see the balloon very well.
You couldn't see it?
Exactly. At the time, the wind was strong. The flags on the stage were fluttering wildly, and they obstructed my view.
The flags?
Did you not see the flags that were set up on both sides of the stage? Due to the strong wind, they were waving about, just like this.
So a strong wind was blowing at the time of the incident. The flags were fluttering wildly. Is there a problem with that? There is a problem. President Huang, you have my gratitude. Your testimony has helped uncover a new contradiction.
A contradiction? A contradiction, you say?
Yes, one that turns the very foundation of this case on its head. During my investigation, there was no wind at the crime scene, so the flags remained still. However, the flags were actually fluttering in the strong wind. This completely changes the meaning of that piece of evidence. Which evidence contradicts the state of the crime scene? Take that! The gunshot rang out during the President's speech. The bullet struck the balloon, and also pierced through the national flag. I had previously deduced the bullet's trajectory using these facts. The assassin fired the bullet from the left side of the audience area. However, if the flags were fluttering about like so, my reasoning changes. Since the flag's position has changed, correct, the bullet's trajectory must also change. And if we trace the trajectory of the bullet, we can tell who fired the shot. But Mr. Edgeworth, that person is... Indeed, I still don't understand why, however, it can be none other than him. By tracing the bullet's path, who was the person who fired the gun? And take that! The person who shot the balloon was none other than you, Horace Knightley. What? Connect the bullet holes in the balloon and the flag, and the line points to you. Bullet's trajectory data updated my ordinance. But that guy's one of the President's bodyguards. Why would he have shot the Steel Samurai balloon, sir?
Preposterous! I agree with the detective. There is no reason. Are you saying Knightley, who saved my life on numerous occasions, is an assassin?
Prosecutor Edgeworth, I've had it up to here with you. My job is to protect the President.
Knightley, control yourself.
Sorry, sir.
Prosecutor, indeed the wind was strong during my speech. However, the wind strength can change very quickly. Evidence! Show us evidence that the flag was flying at the moment of the gunshot.
The gunshot occurred the moment the President raised his fist to the sky. The evidence that shows this moment is... that shows the state of the flag? Yep. And take that! The evidence is in this photo.
Interesting, and where in this photo exactly?
Proof the flag was flying in this photo is right here. And take that! Don't you see? The fluttering flag can be seen in this photo.
No.
There is no mistaking that the flags were flying at the moment of the incident. So then, it really was that guy who shot the balloon. That would mean Mr. Knightley is the assassin. Horace Knightley is... not the assassin. Horace Knightley is not the assassin. The only thing he shot was a balloon on the opposite side of the President. He wasn't aiming at the President. Why then? Why was it necessary for me to do anything like that? Depending on your answer, I might take aim at your pretty little head. Why was it necessary? I presume the reason is connected to the one thing that's felt out of place. The one who shot the balloon was the President's bodyguard, Knightley. Knightley shot the balloon. Bullet's trajectory shows that Knightley shot the balloon on the right side. That fact will change the entire viewpoint of this case. Does the plan switch have anything to do with this? Why was Knightley's position changed?
Because I can't turn my head to the right. My position got changed to the President's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage.
Yeah, I thought that was a little odd at first, because... well, shouldn't you be watching the President? Was that the only reason? Never mind. If the plans had not changed, and Knightley remained on the left side of the stage, Knightley can't turn his head to the right. Would he have been able to aim at the balloon on the left side of the stage? Perhaps the security plans were altered so that Knightley could shoot the balloon. If that's the case... what's this? The details of the security plans were changed? Yeah, that's right, it was changed yesterday. President's orders. The security plans were changed on the President's orders. Change in the security plans, ordered by the President. Was this done so Knightley could shoot the balloon? Then perhaps was this a fake presidential assassination attempt? Staged right. In other words, the President knew about the balloon being shot. He knew about the attempt on his own life. If you think about it that way, everything that's been out of place is beginning to add up. Why was the assassination able to get a gun past such tight security? Well, that's good telling you. Why was the assassin wearing a conspicuous red hood? Why did they use a laser sight that would so easily reveal their location? Why was the President so calm after being shot? This was the truth the President and his subordinates tried to conceal. There can only be one reason why Knightley fired the gun. The entire assassination was a setup! How dare you! Do you seriously understand what you're implying with this? Of course I understand. In fact, now I understand everything. Mr. President, you wished to take the investigation rights from me. That was all so you could conceal the real truth.
How dare you mock me with these spurious allegations?
mock you? That was not my intention. I simply used logic to uncover the truth. That is all. Knightley fired the first shot in order to rupture the balloon. Hearing the gunshot and the sound of the balloon bursting, the audience began to panic. This was followed by one more shot. Wait, one more shot? A shot? Yes, Knightley turned towards the balloon and pulled the trigger a second time. The second gunshot was also fired by Knightley, to create the illusion of the second shot hitting the President. So what about the bullet that hit the President's bulletproof vest? What if that bulletproof vest had been prepared in advance? What's the matter, Mr. President? Afraid of facing a little bullet?
Hold it, that's not true. I was definitely shot.
If we examined the bullet in your vest, it would answer the question for us. Will we find Rook's blood on that bullet?
But the person in the red hood who shot me is in that photo.
Objection! Weren't you listening, Mr. President? From the bullet's trajectory, the one who fired the shot must have been Knightley. Then Nicole. She too was part of the President's plan. She was to bear the blame and become the false assassin. The red hooded figure! Exactly. I don't know how much of the plan Miss Swift knew beforehand. However, she didn't fire the gun. All she did was aim the laser pointer at the President's head. That's right! Once the crowd began to panic, you would turn your pocket inside out, and thus the red-hooded figure vanished. After that, you discarded the gun and security plan, the trash, and the illusion of the assassin vanished like a ghost was complete. And the illusion of the assassin vanishing like a ghost was complete. With the assassin gone, the case would go unsolved, pal. Yes, that was what he hoped for. That's why he wouldn't let us charge with investigate the case. Exactly. All of this was an asinine publicity stunt from a lying president.
But you... You are wrong,
He revealed his true form. The assassination is a lie, isn't it?
The Chief, why does she have to pick you? This should not have happened.
Objection! Well played, Mr. Prosecutor.
Knightley!
I am speaking with the President now, thank you very much. You're a chess player. You know knights always strive to protect their king. So shut up, now. Are you threatening me, Mr. Knightley? Ah! What's with this guy? Oops, sorry. I went over the top there. But on to business. As my first move, I want to ask you a question. You say I fired a gun on the stage, right? And I should have been caught. The entire audience was watching me. I see. Now it's my move. You used a certain object to prevent the spectators from seeing you. A certain object? What did Knightley use to prevent the audience from seeing him? Take that!
The attaché case. Exactly. I'd like you to have a look at this photo Kay took. Your right hand is completely hidden by the case. This photo captures the exact moment you secretly fired the gun. Use the attaché case as a scream. Objection! You seem to enjoy making up convenient stories, Mr. Prosecutor. But you've missed something. What have I missed? That everything you said is just a hypothesis? A theory. Flag slapping in the wind, using the case as a screen. The security plans are modified because I can't move my neck. Didn't you say that before? And the flags were flapping in the picture. You've got no decisive evidence. Yeah, it'd be great if you had the bullet that hit the balloon. Then you could examine it and see if the ballistic markings matched my gun. But that bullet's probably at the bottom of the lake. Finding it would be real tough, right? I hate to admit it, but it's as he says. There's no decisive evidence. If there's no proof, the only thing you can do is shut up. So do so.
Hold it!
Miss Swift. That's it. If she speaks, we could hear a new testimony. Hey, lady. You got something to say?
Never mind.
There we go. I thought so. Nicole! Don't be afraid. The truth will escape if you let that man intimidate you. You're a reporter. A journalist, are you not?
I will not remain silent!
You'd better consider your position. Use your head before saying something you'll regret.
I forgot the #1 rule of journalism. A journalist must not tell lies. You can't call it a scoop if it ain't the truth! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm sorry. Sorry, I've been hiding this the whole time.
This is...
I used this laser pointer to aim at the president. That's all I did. I never fired the gun!
You stupid woman! If you testify, you'll be admitting you're an accomplice.
I don't care. I'm gonna tell him everything. 3 days ago, I was covering an event at the Zhengfa Embassy. Then some of the president's men called me over. They said if I cooperated, I'd get an exclusive interview with the president.
And the gun in the trash?
I really don't know. All I was told was to come wearing a red hood and to aim the laser pointer. I never thought it would snowball into all of this. I'm really, truly sorry.
Nicole, thank you. That was a testimony worthy of the courtroom. This is a sufficient testimony to test and verify the fake assassination report. Damn you, the lot of you! You're all a bunch of mindless morons. It's a shame. If only you had been able to usurp the investigation as planned. You would have been able to silence this young lady. Blast!
So tomorrow's headlines now read: fake assassination plan exposed, becomes a murderer, right?
I can't believe that you do something this horrible, pal. I admit nothing. Hold it. The president? Nightly. That's enough. We have no choice but to admit it. So, Mr. President, you admit that you planned a fake assassination. Whoops, what did I just do? How do I... Hold up. No. Oh, that was close. How do I... how do I... No. What I want to do is get back to... Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. So, Mr. President, you admit that you planned a fake assassination?
Yes, I admit it. I'm sorry.
But why? Why did you have to do this?
My approval ratings in Chongfa have fallen. I wanted to appeal to them as a strong president who survived an assassination. But at the end, it was just a lie. A stupid lie.
And the bullet in the bulletproof vest?
Prepared earlier, it was not fired today.
Bulletproof vest data updated my organizer. But what about Mr. D. Killer?
It seems our plan was leaked. Someone wanted to make this fake assassination real.
That's why D. Killer wore the red raincoat. He would impersonate the culprit from the plan in order to approach the president.
But there's still one thing I don't understand.
What's that?
Why did Rook die? His death was not a part of this charade, and yet it really happened.
Yes, why was his life taken?
Ethan was an outstanding bodyguard. Even though he wasn't from my country, he had my utmost trust.
I wouldn't think that having the trust of a cowardly president meant that much, honestly. Hey, that's the same sort of bond between me and Mr. Edgeworth, pal. I wouldn't put it that way. Did Rook know of your plan?
Not the exact details. I asked him to cooperate, and he refused.
You should have listened to his advice.
Yes, indeed. I wouldn't have done all this if I had known.
You're being too dramatic. What? Rook was just one piece of the president's defense.
Lightly, that's...
And it's not as if he cooperated with your plan. I did. He ran away, taking whatever dignity he had left with him. Good riddance.
I know you're a valuable bodyguard, but still...
I don't have time for this, sir. I'm the team leader now. There's going to be a lot of changes now that the chicken's gone. After all, adaptation is the most important principle in chess.
I knew you always wanted to be the team leader. But isn't this a bit imprudent?
I will orchestrate even more perfect plans just like this one. You definitely have ambition. But wasn't your perfect plan today a failure? If it weren't for you and your idiot Rook, it would have been perfect. What did Rook do? If he hadn't died, D. Killer wouldn't have threatened me. And you would have never set foot in this plane.
Lightly, how could you say such a thing?
Yeah, he died trying to save you, Mr. President. Maybe he fulfilled his lifelong ambition. He died protecting the President. Huh? But the assassination was fake, right? Of course it was, but you need to listen closer, little girl. Remember the guy who wanted to make the fake assassination real? There were 2 gunshots at the time of the incident. The first was, as you said, I shot the balloon. But the second one wasn't me. So who fired the second shot? The real assassin, but it wasn't D. Killer. He intended to attack the president with a knife, not a gun. The lucky winner was the hidden queen. Or should I say the lady in the coat over there? You're accusing Nicole, pal? I ain't no assassin. Assassin? Really? I don't believe you. The gun that was left in the trash? That was yours, right? Nightly's testimony. Nightly's testimony. I shot the balloon and entered the plane with Rook and the president. Rook waited in the cabin while I led the president into the security room. When I came out, Rook was already on the ground. The bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we escorted the president explain. The shot was fired from the gun you found in the trash. So, you're saying you don't know exactly when the victim was shot? Huh, a Knightley's job isn't to protect the Rook. A knight's job isn't to protect the Rook, it's to protect the king. Huh? What he's trying to say is that his job was to protect the president only. It's over if you lose the king. Checkmate. That's the first rule of chess. If you let your pieces get taken right in front of you, you're not likely to win. But I did win. Look, the president is safe. Don't claim victory when the game has only just begun. Rebuttal. Knightley says. The shot was fired from the gun you found in the trash. Was it really? Objection! Objection! So you shot the balloon and the swift-shot Rook? Is that really true? I can't see it any other way. The gun we discovered in the trash was fired twice. The number of gunshots don't add up. Why don't the gunshots add up? It's simple. This gun is fake evidence left behind by the real criminal. Fake evidence? Think about it. The criminal planted this for a reason. By finding the gun, we'd assume that the assassin was in the audience, in order to make us believe that the gun was used by the assassin. The gun needed to appear as if it had been fired twice. I get it, because 2 shots were fired during the incident. However, we proved that the bullet that hit the balloon did not come from this gun. Therefore, I have my doubts as to whether this gun is also to Rook's life. Here it comes. You're packing me some serious heat. Enough with this song and dance. You've come this far. Go ahead and say it. I won't just say it, I'll prove it. The one who really shot Rook is... Take that! Horse Knightley, you murdered Rook. You finally said it. Knightley, you couldn't have. The killer wasn't the only one who took advantage of the fake assassination plot. You intended to murder Rook and claim he was a victim of the assassination once the president had entered the security room and the door to the plane was closed. Only the victim and Knightley would have been left in this room. And at that moment you fired a third bullet, directly at Rook. Objection! A third bullet? Ha! Only 2 gunshots were heard, the numbers don't match up. Objection! The plane's walls are soundproof. If the door was closed, the gunshot would not have been heard outside. But wasn't the president in the next room? That's true. The president may have heard the gunshot. Mr. President, did you hear a gunshot? I didn't hear any gunshots. But weren't you watching this room through the security cameras? The cameras in this room aren't usually turned on. I turned on the power after I entered the security room. So you didn't turn on the power immediately after entering the room? No. Actually, I... What is it? He's not being clear. Mr. President, focus. This is vital. Please! I was hiding under the bed, covering my ears. What? But you knew the assassination was fake.
doesn't matter. I simply hate the sound of guns. That terrifying sound, I just can't help it.
That definitely ain't going in my article.
Knightley, you saw the president hiding under the bed. Furthermore, you could tell if the security cameras had been turned on by looking at the monitors. In that moment when the president wouldn't hear the gunshot or see the room, you had a chance to fire a third bullet at Rook.
Knightley, did you really... you deceived me?
You really think I killed that moron? That's cold, Mr. President. Have a little faith in me, the bodyguard who's risking his life to protect you.
I want to believe you, I really do, but...
I just don't get it. Why are you suspecting me alone? There's still the possibility that she's the killer. This gun is not the murder weapon. The number of missing bullets makes that clear. Maybe it was one short to begin with. Ever think of that? What? Maybe it already fired a shot yesterday or the day before, and the second shot was fired today, the one that hit Rook. Well, isn't that just the perfect excuse? Excuse? The possibility exists. You can't deny that. He's right. I can't deny it completely. You need decisive evidence. Evidence so decisive that it makes my heart stop and my logic crumble. You got something like that? God! Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do anything? At this rate, Nicole will... Oh, I never noticed the thing on her shoulder. I fly. That's funny. The little...
Mr. Prosecutor, it's true I did an awful thing for a scoop, but I never killed nobody. I could never do a thing like that.
Decisive evidence. If I could prove the murder weapon was Knightley's gun, prove it was his gun? Yeah, it'd be great if you had the bullet that hit the balloon. Then you could examine it and see if the ballistic markings matched my gun. If we can find the bullet that took Rook's life, we can determine which gun fired the shot from the ballistic markings. If you've got no evidence, then we're done talking. Objection! Hold it! What? You don't seriously have decisive evidence. Naturally. That's a big joke. Well, come on now, show us. What is this so-called evidence? The bullet that took Rook's life, that's the decisive evidence I need. This evidence, do I have it? I don't have it. I don't have it. Okay, it's game over, man. However, it is something in this room. It is somewhere in this room. What? The bullet that killed Rook pierced through his body. So where did the bullet go? Earlier you explained it like this. The bullet that took Rook's life pierced through his body, and then hit the vest. That's right. It'd be dangerous if he hadn't known that vest. However, now that the fake assassination plan has come to light, we know that the bullet in the bulletproof vest was prepared earlier. So then, where did the bullet go? Interesting. Very interesting. Do you have the answer? Do I have evidence that shows the location of the... Do I have evidence that shows the location of the bullet that killed Mr. Rook? Take that! In this room, there's one thing that's clearly missing. Something missing? You sure it's not your brain? I'd like you to look at the rack of security monitors. Oh! It seems you've noticed, Mr. President. Among these images of the plain surroundings, only the feed from the right side of the panel is absent. That's what's missing, a single monitor. Something on the left side, though. Mr. President, there was originally a monitor here, wasn't there?
That's right. Why is there a stuffed toy now?
That must have been put there to hide the empty space where the monitor used to be. Why is the monitor missing when where did it go? Why? Undoubtedly, because it was hit by the bullet. In order to make us think that the bullet really hit the bulletproof vest, it would be a problem if another bullet hole was discovered. So then, where did the monitor go? Where? It should be hidden somewhere inside this plane. There hasn't been a chance to dispose of it outside since it was shot. Detective Gumshoe, search this plane. Roger that, sir. President Huang, you said extraterritorial laws apply to this plane.
I wouldn't allow it. There's no problem. I just want to know the truth of Rook's death.
Damn it! You think this is a joke? You're always like this, Rook that. Detective, we have his approval. Go ahead. Mr. Edgeworth, I found it, sir. Good work, Detective. Now let's extract the bullet from the monitor. If I do this here, and then do that... I got it. But it's definitely stained with blood. I'm certain that is the bullet that killed Rook. Bloody bullet data jotted down my organizer. This is the bullet that will crush your arguments. The decisive evidence that blows a hole in your logic. If the ballistic markings on this bullet do not match the gun found in the audience area, Miss Swift will be cleared of suspicion. What's wrong? Cat got your tongue. Detective, we need to examine the ballistic markings. Send them the gun and bullet to forensics. Roger, we should be able to find clear markings on this bullet, sir. Now then, let's listen to the forensic report. Reporting. First, the blood on this bullet matches the victim's blood. So this bullet really did take Rook's life. Also, Horace Knightley's fingerprints were found on this gun. Knightley's fingerprints probably came from when he took all our evidence. The real issue is the ballistic markings. If the markings don't match, Miss Swift will be cleared of suspicion. And the bullet's ballistic markings match this gun. What? They match? What? No way! There's no mistake. The bullet was fired from this gun. What? Huh? That's strange. Looks like I was right after all, naturally. Did you really think you had me cornered? You misread the board. The one who's been cornered is you. Testimony Knightley's logic. Argument Knightley's logic. Oh, I love this song. If the ballistic markings match the gun, there can be no doubt. The bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the audience area. Who could have used the gun? Not me, because I was on stage, but what about that lady reported in the audience? All the evidence points to that young lady as the assassin who killed Rook. Well, it's your move, Mr. Prosecutor. Where'd you find this gun again? And which gun fired the bullet? At least we know. It ain't me. This can't be happening. The President and I have admitted to the fake assassination plot. Now it's your turn to admit who the real criminal is. That doesn't make Nicole the criminal. Don't get riled up, Kay. Let him have his say first. After he's done, it won't be too late to begin our counterattack. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth. Rebuttal, Night is audible. I love this song, it's such a good precedent. bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the audience area. Hold it! Objection! You're the one who should hold it. You've heard it yourself. Don't tell me that you're going to betray your own logic. The bullet is stained with the victim's blood, so it's clear it took the victim's life. And the ballistic markings match the gun we found in the trash can. Nice, nice. Your face betrays your thoughts, Mr. Prosecutor. At this rate, you'll get away. Now that you've got a firm grasp of reality, it's time to take the next step. The link between the gun and the bullet is clear, so... Who could have used the gun? Not me, because I was on stage, but what about that lady in their later report in the audience? Hold it! Do you have proof that Miss Swift fired the gun? Miss Swift fired the gun. Whoa there. Didn't the boys in blue already prove that? But Nicole's fingerprints weren't found in the gun. And yours were all over it, pal. Objection! Well, that's because I was handling all the evidence earlier. If that lady isn't the killer, who else could it be? You were the one who cornered the assassin in the audience. Gah. Capiche? In fact, from every angle on the board, all the evidence points to that young lady as the assassin who killed Rook. If the ballistic markings match the gun, there can be no doubt. Hold it! No, that's... Objection! Didn't you say it earlier? This is the decisive evidence. Gah. Well, how does it feel to have a hole blown through your reasoning? The ballistic markings matched the gun we found, so... Does that mean Nicole really was the shooter? I'd like to believe otherwise. But he's got the decisive evidence on his side, sir. Indeed. How should I proceed? If Miss Swift isn't the killer, then the ballistic markings should not match. Thoughts, Kay? If the evidence is impossible, then maybe we should doubt the evidence itself, right? Doubt the evidence. Nicole's definitely not a criminal. So if the evidence says that she's a criminal, there must be something wrong with it. You seem awfully sure of yourself. It's a great thief's intuition. Intuition? Still, it's quite possible. Above all, Miss Swift doesn't seem like the type of person to tell such elaborate lies. In court, the evidence is everything, and yet, here I am doubting it. Which evidence do I doubt? The gun. If anything suspect here, it can only be the gun. The bullet was discovered just a moment ago. It couldn't have been tampered with yet. Did Knightley have a chance to tamper with the gun?
You shall hand over all the evidence you've collected so far and leave this plane at once.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, be a good boy and do as you're told. I cannot resist any longer. That's it. He could have tampered with the gun at that time. There's no doubt that this gun is the real murder weapon. In that case, the owner of this gun is... Take that! He must have switched the guns. Without a doubt, this is Knightley's own gun. Knightley's revolver data updated my organizer. The bullet that killed Rook was fired from the gun you found in the audience area. Objection! Knightley, you fiend. You switched the guns. The gun that matched the ballistic markings was yours all along. Interesting choice of move you've made there. The switch occurred at the time you seized the evidence. When we were arguing with the president over the investigation plans, you detached the laser sight from the gun found in the audience area and attached it to your gun. Then, when you returned the evidence, you gave me your own gun. Did I do that? So, what you're saying is that I knew you'd want to examine the ballistic markings. Indeed, staying one move ahead of your opponent, isn't that the fundamental rule of chess? Show. I'm glad you feel that way, Mr. Prosecutor, but you're giving me too much credit. Besides, can you even prove I pulled the old switcheroo with the guns? Argument, Knightley's Logic Part 2. Or testimony, Knightley's Logic Part 2. So the gun happens to be the same model as mine, pure coincidence. But, take a closer look, only one of them has a laser pointer attached to it. Check the number of bullets left in the chamber, only 2 shots fired, see? There's no evidence that I switched the guns, right? Giving you too much credit? Giving you too much credit? That hardly sounds like something you'd say. Guess I'm just more modest than you. Well, except when I'm in front of a chessboard. But we're not in front of a chessboard. That's too bad. Just don't use that as an excuse later. I didn't lose the game, I just couldn't find enough evidence. You're the one who should have an excuse ready. You didn't beat me at chess. You only found the evidence. Hello, Faded Kamei. Rebuttal, Knightley's Logic Part 2. Knightley's Logic Part 2. There's no evidence that I switched the guns, right? Hold it! If it's evidence. Objection! There isn't any. If there is, show it to me. We know there is, pal, don't we, Mr. Edgeworth? There's no time for further investigation. I can only use what I have right now. Consider all the possibilities. If you've got something to show, let me know. Evidence that Knightley switched the guns? Does that even exist? There's no evidence that directly proves that Knightley switched the guns. Yet, we know for a fact that he did. If he didn't, there would be no explanation for the ballistic markings. I need to carefully consider the meaning behind every piece of evidence linked to this testimony. The truth must be there. There's no evidence I switched the guns, right? Objection! That evidence is this. You call that evidence? Prosecutor Edgeworth, you're trying too hard. Certain traces were left on this gun. Traces that prove this gun belongs to you. Show it to me. What kind of piece you got? A rook? A bishop? It better not be a pawn. A pawn. The traces Knightley left in the gun are the fingerprints. You left your fingerprints on this gun. Objection! Fingerprints? That should be expected. I handled the gun earlier when I seized your evidence. Of course my fingerprints are on it. Objection! But what if the fingerprints are in a PlayStation not? What? That's not possible. Allow me to show you. There's one place where your fingerprints should not be. This piece of evidence will take the final blow to your king. Here, Detective Gumshoe, please have a look at the cylinder. 2 shots are fired, sir, but where would the fingerprints be? You may
made the switch when you seized the evidence earlier. However, if all you did was switch the guns, you would have been found out right away. That's because the number of bullets fired by the two guns are different. The gun found in the audience area had fired 2 shots, sir. Then what about Mr. Knightley's gun? He fired 2 shots at the balloon when he was on the stage. And later 1 shot to kill Rook. 3 shots in total, not counting the number of shots he's fired since then. And after each of those times, you would reload the bullets. Tell us, Knightley, were you wearing gloves when you went to that? Officer, in your report earlier, where were Knightley's fingerprints found on the gun? Sir, the prints weren't just found on the outside of the gun. They were also found on the bullets as well. If all you did was handle the evidence, why would your fingerprints be on the bullets? That's... With this, it has been proven that you switched the guns. The gun which fired the bullet that took the victim's life. It belongs to you, Horace Knightley. You're the one who stole Rook's life. You are the true assassin. I'm... Checkmate. I should have been made leader. Me! Rook! That piece of scum, if it hadn't been for him, I would have had complete control over everybody. My assassination plan. It was perfect! My plan was perfect! Detective Gumshoe, if you please. Roger that, sir. Edgeworth! This game isn't over yet, you hear me? That's enough. The rest of this game will continue in the courtroom. Damn it. Damn you. March 25th, 5:12 p.m. Gourd Lake Park, stage.
You have my gratitude. You exposed a murder amongst my bodyguards, and for that I am truly in your debt.
As soon as he stepped outside the plane, he reverted back to his king-like persona.
Some time ago when I proposed the fake assassination plan.
You want me and not Rook?
Rook declined, so I'm asking you. What do you say?
Alright, let's do this. I'll come up with the perfect plan. I can even use that guy as a chess piece.
When Knightley said that, his eyes were overflowing with hatred towards Rook. Frankly, I was quite anxious about asking Knightley instead of Rook. Now that I recall those events, he probably sensed the anxiety in my countenance. Perhaps that is what gave him the impetus for murder.
Mr. President, if you had not orchestrated that fake plan, this would not have happened. That is your sin. A sin that won't disappear.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. You have my sincerest apologies. I too must bear some responsibility for this. Even so, I am most grateful to you. I thank you for solving the mystery of Rook's death. I am scheduled to stay in this country for a little longer. But if any of you ever wish to visit the Republic of Jungfa, you will always be welcome.
Cloudy! Thank you, thank you, thank you! I'm so happy for you, Nicole.
You were set up as the suspect for the murder. Still, your involvement with the fake assassination plan remains a fact. You will have to submit to police questioning later. You should know that there is still a possibility you may be charged with some crime.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about all this.
I understand you want to catch a scoop, but there's a line that should not be crossed.
I hear ya. I promise to reflect on this. We did it, Mr. Edgeworth. That was awesome. Prosecutor Edgeworth solves presidential assassination attempt. It's gonna be big news. Big news? Mr. Prosecutor, would you mind telling us how you feel about solving this case?
That was certainly a quick change of attitude. No comment.
Aw, don't be so ornery.
The reason is because this case is not over yet. Not over? What do you mean, sir? What shows that this case is not over yet?
Take that!
T-Killer's card. T-Killer still hasn't carried out his request. You mean killing the president? I hope this doesn't turn into a larger incident. An assassination attempt on the president of Jungfa. News of this incident spread across the entire country. The mass media also hounded on me as I began to prepare for the trial of Horace Knightley. Everyone had seen the news and everyone was talking about it. However, amidst the commotion, nobody noticed that the game had only just begun. The end. Okay, I'd say it's a good stopping point. We've been playing for a while. A brand new episode has been added. The imprisoned turnabout. Save? Yes, save. So we've got episode 1, the turnabout target, and we've got episode 2, the imprisoned turnabout, which we will play tomorrow. So thank you for watching. This is a great stream, and good night.